It's been a long time since I've done one of these videos, and it's gonna be even harder because I don't have my sunglasses. I have a really hard time driving without my sunglasses, but I'm on vacation. Should be fine. It's winter, and this car is a little better with sun, so should be fine. Anyways, New Year's, time for the New Year resolutions, whatever they call them. And, next year's going to be pretty crazy for me, I realized. So, a little background about me. I was serving a church mission in 2020 when COVID came. Cut my mission short because of my health complications prior. I actually had to go home, and I went home, and life was just chaos. Couldn't really go to school, couldn't really start working or anything, but I eventually did find some blue collar work, and that's what I did for the next 4 years. I just kind of got lost, I got married though, so that was pretty awesome. But my life, I tried many things. I tried starting a small business, never went anywhere, so it failed within the first year. I tried doing content creation. I did it the wrong way. It failed as well. There's my southern coming out. It failed as well. I've tried a lot of stuff, and the past year and a half, I've been in school for a software engineering degree, and it's annoying because, the market's all like, oh, developers aren't getting hired anymore, and it's very anti-developer, the market, and so I've been looking at ways, how do I become incredibly valuable? Like, I'm halfway through school, so I'm on a bit of a accelerated path. I've got a year and a half down. I got about a year and a half left, right? This next year is basically my last full year of school. And after that, I will either be in position to get some internships and really jumpstart my career, or I won't be. And I realized that this year, 2026, unlike a lot of previous years, from 2020 to now, it's been, I got off my mission in around March, and life was kind of crazy, and I didn't really start my life again until around 2021. So yes, it's technically been around 6 years, but I'd give it more like it's been 5 years. And I feel like each year I kind of fall into the same habits and traps and mistakes. And I want to actually learn from my mistakes, and I want to make this year something that could actually help me through the rest of my life. This could be a critical year in my life where I've taken away all the fluff. I used to kind of flip-flop between whether I wanted to be a content creator or whether I wanted to be a developer, specifically a cloud developer, solutions architecture, and all of that. And I've decided this year that I'm gonna let the content creation stuff. I'm finally gonna set it to the side. When I was working for the school that I go to. I was working for their podcast, and I actually had, all right, little TMI. I had a pretty bad mental health episode earlier this year in the fall, where I had to leave that podcast. But in hindsight, I think it was actually a really good thing that happened for me, because I had gotten so engrossed in it that I had started to lose focus of the whole reason I was at school, which was to develop skills that would make me hireable and make me more than hireable, make me valuable, make me be able to command a higher paycheck, a higher salary. And so this year, I'm going all in, I'm going all in on development, on schooling. I think I'm going to do some streaming just for fun. There's that Jurassic Park horror game that I really want to play. So I'm going to do that on a separate channel, but I think this channel, it's going to continue to be dedicated to a lot of the bodybuilding stuff, a lot of the health, lifestyle stuff that I've been trying to hone over the years, which I think will also then lead into more of the coding and programming. But beyond that, the cloud architecture stuff that I've gotten into over this past year especially. Now, the big thing is I took my cloud practitioner exam this past November. Or no, it was early December I passed. And then I have a choice. I could also get my AI practitioner fairly soon if I really worked at it. And I think I am going to, because I have 2 classes coming up in my career where I will get a chance to take my Solutions Architect Associates in this class. I'll also be able to take my Developers Associates. And so I think what I'm going to do, and this has been something that's been mulling around in my head. I think my big goal in life right now, the thing that I'm going to try to use to help jumpstart my career, help me just become incredibly valuable in the new industry and the way the industry's going, is I want to get my generative AI professional certificate from Amazon. That's the newest one that came out. Oh no! That's Walmart. But anyways, like I was saying, I think the generative AI professional paired with the solutions architect professional, if I can develop projects and skills that align towards that, as well as getting the certificates along the way that are related to those, I think it'll be a big jump start to my career. I started college a little late. I was 24 when I entered college. I'm 26 now. I'll be 27, turning 28 when I graduate. So yes, that's not super old, but I was a bit of a late bloomer when it came to this stuff. Because of that, though, I feel like I had a lot of perspective, and I took my schooling a lot more seriously. And this year, I really feel like if I can get the AI practitioner, if I can get the solutions architect associate as well as the developer associate, I'll be in a situation, and I've also got quite a few, what would you say? Quite a few technical cloud projects under my belt, using SDK or CDK, Amazon CDK, the cloud development kit, the code development kit, whatever it's called. If I can hone those skills along with the basic programming skills that I have, the full stack web development skills that I've created, and utilizing the power of generative AI to help me build these projects, I think it will put me in a position to where I can provide for my family, which has been my big goal since I was 20 years old. Be able to provide for my wife and the future children that we'll have. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and I think the big project I'm going to do this year, and I will make updates and keep updates on this channel about this project. I'm going to make a social media app hosted in AWS using as much of the cutting edge tech as I can, as much of the generative AI tech as I can, and a React full stack, React Native social media app. And I think if I can pull that off, it'll help set me above the rest of the crowd as far as looking for a job, because I don't think it's that coding jobs are going away. It's just you got to do a lot more to be a professional programmer nowadays, I think. And I just like classic programming it takes less people when you have AI. So my logical conclusion was, well, I need to become better at the bigger picture. And the way I decided to do that was through cloud development and through the valuable skills in cloud development. So my goals this year is this what they call manifesting, where if you say it out loud, then it's bajillion times more likely to succeed. My goals this year, as far as this professional stuff, is number 1, get the AI practitioner. Number 2, get the solutions architect at least. Number 3, develop the social media app, which it's an interesting concept that I'll talk more about in a later video. Number 4, get in better physical health, cut down on my body fat. There was actually a study done that I read a while back that correlated ideal body fat with higher gray matter and white matter in the brain, which means that if you have too much excess body fat, you could be leaving a lot of mental capabilities on the table. So that's another thing. Number 5, the memory palaces. It's an incredibly powerful technique that allows you to learn, absorb, and retain information at a much faster rate than most people. And it's actually one of the ways I got such a high score on my cloud practitioner exam, is I used a memory palace for some of the key concepts. And I always wish I had more time to prep for these things, which with the solutions architect, I'm going to be taking that like at the end of fall semester, so I have a whole year to prepare excuse me, for the solutions architect. But yeah, other than that, I think that's what I'm going to go for. I'm pretty sure I'm out of time for the 15 minutes that YouTube allows, so yeah.